Hi, this is Carlos Cousins, and the following literary narrative question is asking us about the function of one of the paragraphs. Well, if you have the time, it'd be a really good idea to reread it. If you don't, that's okay. Something that I might do if you're running out of time here maybe is read the first and the last sentence to just get an idea of how far we came, especially with the first paragraph of any passage. You don't have anything other than your memory to go off of. Pay special attention to these every time you read anyway. So here we're talking about the Red Room, and we're describing what the Red Room looks like. How you were supposed to get into it, the fact that it stood out, the color of it, the windows, the cloth, etc., the colors of the walls. So we're describing this room a lot, right? And then toward the end, we finally switch a little bit to the fact that um, well, she's thinking about this. That she's giving it now her sort of twist a little bit, and she's thinking of the easy chair there, like it was a pale throne. So there's something grandiose about this room, even though later we found out it's actually a really grim room, right? It's a really cold place. Anyway, so what does it function to do? Let's go ahead and consider the answer choices, keeping in mind the whole thing. Describe Jane's family history. Definitely not. We're not talking about her family history here. We're describing a room. Give insight into Jane's emotions. Oh, this looks really good. So this tells you facts about the room, which may or may not be interpreted to, sort of tell you a little bit about how Jane is feeling. But then again, we haven't read any of the passage yet, and all we're giving is just facts, just a listing of facts about the room. Maybe this last part here helps you a little bit, but that wouldn't be the function of the whole paragraph. So I'm going to go ahead and see if I find something better. Maybe that's the answer. Give a complete overview of the house. Well, no, we're only talking about the red room. Set the scene using imagery. Well, this looks a lot better. We're talking about imagery. We're talking about a room, describing facts about what the room looks like. So maybe that imagery was meant to give you a little bit of an insight into what would happen in the story, but it wasn't that every single one of those details helped, or that the majority of it, that in the whole of the paragraph, helps you figure out something about Jane's emotions. Maybe the last sentence does, but the whole paragraph as a whole does help set the scene using imagery. I hope that helped with this question, and happy prepping.